Yo, I'm Brian P. You're watching Bad Seed Tech, and today we're taking a look at a sit-stand desk from Uplift. Uplift models start at $495. They measure 48 inches by 30 inches, and they work up from there based on size of the surface, number of legs, and quality of the desktop, which goes all the way up to some insanely high-quality reclaimed wood tops. The model we're looking at today is a two-leg desk that measures 72 inches by 30 inches with metallic industrial legs and a walnut laminate top. Now, for the sake of brevity and because we have a lot of ground to cover in this video, I'm not going to get into the health benefits of using a sit-stand desk. But if you happen to work long hours at a desk, I'm sure you're very familiar with how amazing your back feels after sitting hunched over a desk peering at a monitor all day. So the first thing I noticed about this desk when it arrived is just how insanely heavy it is. The desktop here is an inch thick and is very solid, and the legs each house their own motor. Both the desktop and the frame weigh about 60 pounds each. And these motors are no joke either. They say once assembled, this desk can lift a total of 355 pounds. The frame is designed to slide to accommodate desk surfaces from 42 inches wide all the way up to 96 inches wide. So if you have a countertop or a desktop or a butcher block already that's nice that you'd like to convert to sit stand, Uplift also sells just the frame for $389. The frame slides open so that the feet of the desk are almost directly parallel with the edge of the surface. This really destroys any idea of side-to-side wobble. Matter of fact, it makes the entire thing feel very stable. Assembly is best executed with two people just because of the sheer weight of the pieces, and you will need a lot of open floor space. But the process itself is extremely straightforward. It took me about an hour and a half to assemble, but I was filming as I went, so it'll likely be a lot faster for you. The assembly instructions included are very detailed, and in the event you misplace something while you're putting everything together, all of the installation guides for every product they manufacture are available on the website. The motors are smooth start and stop. They move the desk surface at about 1.5 inches per second, and they do so at a noise level of 50 dB. Height adjustment ranges from 24.25 to 50.25 inches. As the desktop in this video is an inch thick, that brings your work surface to a full 4.27 feet off the ground. I'm just about 6'4", and at max height, it's surprisingly a bit too tall for me. I'm not used to anything being designed for tall guys, so this was a major win. And even at its max height, it's extremely sturdy, and front to back wobble is minimal. If you need even more stability, you can opt for a 4-leg model, but that increases the cost considerably, with just the frame starting at $899. Now, I opted for an upgrade to the memory keypad for $35. So in addition to basic up and down motion, you also get 4 different memory presets you can use for your own needs, or if you happen to be sharing your workspace with someone. All right, let's get into use case. So obviously a desk this size is going to more than accommodate a clean, basic workstation setup. Now, as an added bonus right now, Uplift is also including a desk organizer set for free, so if you plan on using this desk for a more traditional business setup, of course that's going to be an option as well. Now, I was planning on using this desk for my gaming and rendering setup, which is why I opted for a little more real estate on the desktop, but I decided to take it a step further. See, I figured in terms of cramming the absolute most things on your desktop or your setup, nobody has the market cornered like the dual PC streamer. The sheer amount of hardware, 2 PCs, multiple monitors, a console or 2, an audio mixer, a stream deck, dual keyboard and mice, controllers, a boom mic arm, the list just goes on and on. And every one of those devices needs power or video or audio connectivity or all of the above, so you're looking at an insane amount of cables to manage. And with a sit-stand desk, this really increases the visibility of the cabling behind the desk as well, so I knew I had a real challenge cut out for me both in terms of real estate and cable management. In a streaming setup, total depth of your surface can become a real issue, and when you have big panels, those monitor stands eat up a lot of valuable real estate, so monitor arms were a must for me. I opted for a pair of Uplift's $99 View arms, one for my 27-inch panel and one for my 32-inch. I actually never imagined that my Acer 4K panel would be on a mount. It measures 32 inches and it's just a hair over like 18 pounds. I was shocked when the monitor arm was able to hold it. Even after fine-tuning the counterbalance, it is still a little bit limited in how far I can extend it out because that increases the leverage on the arm, and it has a little bit of wobble depending on how I have it positioned, but the trade-off for not having its enormous stand on my desk was well worth it. These arms have a really clean look, they function great, they've got cable management built into them, and they have 2 USB 3 pass-throughs built right into the stand. You can mount these through the desk or clamp them to the rear, and even with the big heavy 32-inch panel, the clamping system works great. It's super sturdy. These arms also come in a dual arm option, but due to the size of my panels and the fact that one sits at a clamshell angle, I opted to go with 2 single arms instead. The desktop itself comes with 2 large hole cutouts for cable management, and the basic grommets they include have this neat little spring-loaded door door, so you can still maintain a pretty clean aesthetic if you don't plan on using them for pass-through. For $70, you can upgrade one of these to a power grommet that has 2 outlets on your desktop and still retains cable pass-through. This is great for desk accessories that don't have a lot of reach in the power cable, especially like your wireless phone charge. You can just plug it right into the desktop there. It's designed super smart too, and it's even got this little tab you can pull out if you need to route something bigger through it, like DisplayPort or power cables. So at 72 inches, this thing is able to hold a mountain of stuff, including my 3 panels, a PS4, a mixer, and my main gaming PC, plus all my peripherals. My dedicated encoding machine has to sit on the floor because 1, it's enormous. 2, I move it around the space a lot. And 3, I don't really know anybody with 2 full-size PCs on their desk. Like seemingly everything, Uplift has a solution for this with their optional PC holder that allows your entire PC to adjust up and down with the height of the desk. But since I do move this PC a lot, I opted to leave it on the floor and instead go with some USB extension cables that you can pick up pretty cheap on Amazon. For $59, Uplift also offers a clamp-on surge protector with a 15-foot cord. It handles 6 devices, 4 standard and 2 with special spacing for like larger than average wall wart plugs. It's also got 2 powered USB ports. The USB ports are limited to a 5-volt output though, so no 9-volt fast charging if you have a phone that supports that. Even though it covers a pretty decent section of the Hue RGB strip I have on the edge of this desk, I opted to install it centrally on the rear of the desk, clamped to the edge. For an even cleaner look, it can also be installed under the desk, completely out of sight, clamped to the frame. So how do you even begin to cable manage a massive setup like this? And how is it going to look when the desk is at full standing height and a large portion of the wall in the rear of the desk is exposed? Worse yet, how easy is it going to be to service when everything is routed and in place and I have to change something in the setup? Uplift offers a few different levels of cable management systems, with the basic one starting at $39. This includes these really cool adhesive reusable cable ties, as well as tons of like zip ties, cable clips, screw-in mounts, a really large wire loom, and a surge protector. Step up a $10 notch and you'll get this plastic tray that runs along the rear of the desk that helps to hide all the wires. Now I opted to go a little higher in here and get into what is the most genius solution to cable management I've ever seen. It's a modesty panel that runs along the full length of the desk that also doubles as a cable pouch with Velcro closures. This thing seriously wins. It has a few access points along the rear right under the lip of the desk that allows pass-through for cables for things sitting on top of the desk, and it also has pass-throughs out either side as well. All you do is release a portion of the Velcro, dump your excess cables in, and close it back up. Super clean. It's worth noting here too that if you'd like to visually close off the entire underside of the desk, you can get smaller modesty panels that fit on the sides to completely enclose the underside as well. When standing, you may have like a nice carpeted room. I have laminate over concrete in my space, and it gets uncomfortable quick. Naturally, Uplift has got you covered here as well, with options for your feet ranging from like a basic squishy mat that you stand on, as well as this extendable height motion stool to give you a little something you can lean on while you're working. It's got this little rocker on the bottom, so it doesn't sit completely flat. This allows you to shift and pivot while you use it. So functionally, the desk itself is just a beast. The sit-stand functionality is pretty obvious, but there's also a lot of less obvious usage that become apparent the longer you use it. First and foremost, adjusting the height of a standard desk usually involves adjusting each leg independently and then leveling the desk. There's nothing worse than getting your new desk, getting your whole setup put together, and then deciding after a few days of use that you'd really like it to be an inch higher or an inch lower. Usually you just go with it. With this desk, it's as simple as just pressing a button to get it exactly where you need it to be. This also works great when you've been gaming or typing for a long time and you just need to adjust it a little bit so you can feel fresh again. Cable managing a standard desk generally involves sitting on the floor or laying on your back, working with your arms extended. I have yet to meet the person that enjoys this process. Even at my height, sitting in a standard office chair, I could raise this desk to full height, sit in my office chair completely under the desk, and cable manage this desk the same way a mechanic would change your oil with your car up on the rack. I can't describe to you how excited I was to find this out for the first time without using very graphic descriptions of human anatomy. And how many times have you got up from your desk, you go to push your desk chair in, only to figure out your armrests are like a quarter of an inch too high and it won't fit under the desk? You gotta get back in the chair, lower the chair so you can push it all the way in. What, just me? Okay. With this, I can just assign a memory button to raise my desk height slightly when I'm finished working so my chair slides right in, piece of cake, and I never have to adjust the height of my chair. The bottom line here is that the adjustability of this desk allows you to dial in the perfect feeling setup for you. Do you need it to sit exactly flush with the armrest of your chair for more elbow support? Easy. Are you on a Skype or a Discord call and you feel the need to pace like a maniac while still in frame on your webcam? Fine. You want to lean back in your chair and play with the controller and be able to adjust your monitor height when your neck gets stiff? Done. Do you produce content? Do product photography? Do you enjoy endlessly adjusting your tripod height, especially with a heavy motorized slider rig on top just to get the shot you need? What if the Surface itself was able to adjust to your exact specific needs so you could nail the shot? What if as a bonus you could get some really sick motorized vertical slides just using the desk itself? So let's talk value. For just under $500, you can get in. And the entry-level size is going to accommodate the vast majority of gaming or productivity setups. As shown in this video, this desk and all the accessories comes to just under $1,100. Sure, that's not an insignificant amount of money. With Uplift, you get what you pay for. In this case, that means outstanding build quality, thoughtful design, and an enormous catalog of accessories that actually makes your experience more comfortable and more convenient. You also get a standard 7-year warranty on your purchase that can be upgraded to 12 years if you choose. Big thanks to Uplift for sending this out for review. And let me be really clear about this. If they had sent this out to me for review on loan and told me at the end of term that I had the option to return it or buy it, I would buy it with no hesitation. This thing hit the mark for me 1,000%. And you really owe it to yourself to check out their website if you're interested. It's thick. I could seriously do another 20-minute video just on the accessories that I didn't discuss in this video. This was really eye-opening for me too, because I really thought that ergonomic products at this level of quality were completely out of my price range. In a market where we are constantly subjected to the rising prices of GPUs, panels, and seemingly everything else associated with gaming, it absolutely blows my mind that you can get into a product like this for $500. I mean, how much did you pay for your gaming chair? No affiliate codes on this one, but I will leave a link to their website in the description below. Also, if you're at all interested in me doing a detailed walkthrough video on the new streaming setup and how it all came together, let me know in the comments and I'll get cracking on one. And that's it for this time. I'm Brian P. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, hit that sub button, and until next time, stay up.